Hello. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a fountain pen from one of those dessert spoon. Okay. Eh, so originally this dessert spoon, the shape is like that, squarish, right? It's for scooping ice cream or cake. It's from Mavenpick. Okay, and then what I did is I cut the shape into this, right? Cut this in the sides and then cut the groove in the middle and cut this channel also, just to help the ink to collect more as I'm writing. So this is basically the nib of the fountain pen that I'm making. What do I cut this with? I am using this jeweler, right? One of these things. So it has a very fine blade, and this can actually cut through plastic, cut through metal, no problem. Sometimes you just have to put a little bit of a candle or wax on it to make it smoother in cutting. And then when you're cutting a plastic, you might want to go slow so it doesn't like melt the plastic and make the blade stuck to the melted plastic. So just go slow and easy, and yeah, you can just basically cut it into the shape. All right. And then I figured, because the gap is a little bit too big on the lines, so I'm putting a plastic from one of those disposable plastic containers. I just cut it into shape, and I'm gonna tape it over this thing. And this spoon actually has a little bit of contour, so it does have a slight curve to it, and the plastic that I use also has a slight contour to it. So I'm just finding a container that has a slight curve to it and cut that little piece. And now I'm gonna tape it with just a tape, or if you want it to be more permanent, you can even use like a silicone glue or epoxy glue on it. Okay, cut here. So this basically gonna be more like a dip fountain pen, a dip pen. Okay, I'm gonna dip it into the ink, and hopefully that helps to trap the ink in between the plastic and this thing. And also to help the feeding, so I'm making a feeder out of aluminum wire, right? Just coil it like that around a screwdriver or like a little pen, like a tin pen. And aluminum wire are quite easy to bend. They usually use this in for botanical art garden. And I'm gonna put it behind here so that that will collect the ink and supply more ink as I'm writing. And just gonna bend the metal around like that so it's secure. Okay, so plastic here and the feeder, the aluminum feeder, and make sure the feeder is touching the groove, one of the groove, so that that would supply the ink. Okay, and just like that. Okay, now we're gonna test it out. I'll dip it in the ink here. Oh yeah, by the way, after you cut all the plastics, sometimes it leaves a little bit of burr and stuff. You can just sand it off with I use a 400 grit sandpaper, and just sand off the thing to become smooth. Okay. I'm just gonna use a cheapo ink here. Dip it in here like so. Scoop off some of the excess. So basically that's how it is loaded up. And we're gonna start writing, try writing with it. A, B. Okay. So this thing, the feeder, basically the ink will get in between all the crevices, and that helps to keep providing more ink as you're writing. Right, that's a homemade easy feeder. And it has a little bit of flex to it, a little bit, not much. Yeah. If you make a better feeder, it might be able to write even longer with just one dip, right? And then to wash off, just get a glass of water and just swirl it around, just shake it inside there to clean it up. Okay, so that's my dip fountain pen made from a disposable plastic dessert spoon. All right, I believe it's made from acrylic probably, but other plastics would work too. Okay, give it a try if you want. Thank you for watching.